Okay, so this is the first Smackdown review for this channel. Um, Maybe a little bit better than Raw, kind of almost the same show. A little underwhelming, not a whole lot went down. Start off the opening segment, Daniel Bryan's in the ring with the new championship for the women there on SmackDown. Just, hyping that up still for the pay per view that's coming up on this Sunday. And one by one, the six women in the division come out, you know, state their claim to the title, all that, basic crap that goes on in wrestling. Um, I mean, if you're into the women, I guess, this interests you. Me personally, I just can't get into any storyline that involves the women wrestlers, any kind of match or feud. Although, me personally, I probably think Nikki Bella will end up winning the title just because she's Nikki Bella. Um, but either way, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I really don't care. But that opening segment set up a six woman tag match. With Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi on one team, and Carmella, Natalia, and Alexa Bliss on the other. It was all right. A little long, I thought. Normally the women don't have very long matches. I thought this match just seemed to go on forever and ever. It was all right though. Carmella ends up getting the win by making Nikki Bella submit to her finisher. I don't even know what it's called. That's how little I care. But there was that. The first singles match was Apollo Crews and The Miz. And if you know what's been going on with The Miz, how a few weeks ago with the whole thing with him and Daniel Bryan, how he was like rejuvenated, and that promo that he cut on Daniel Bryan, and I thought like, oh, we're getting the Miz from like 2011 back when he was actually legit and taken seriously, and he kind of just this week fell off the bandwagon a little bit. He was kind of his same old crappy self that he's been the last couple of years ever since he got into the movies. Uh, I mean, Apollo Crews is a very good talent, very good young talent. Um, doesn't really have any kind of creative direction. He just kind of smiles a lot, But I mean, the crowd doesn't connect with him. They like him. Everyone likes him. Everyone knows that the guy's crazy, athletic, puts on great matches, but he doesn't really give a reason for anyone to legitimately care. Um, he'll probably never be a WWE champion just because the WWE's never had a black champion. Uh, but I hope, one day he gets in that intercontinental scene, whatever. All right, match. Miz ends up winning with a skull crushing finale, pins him, uh, and then that was it. And the whole, thing with Daniel Bryan calling him a coward, and then he just solidifies it even more week after week with the cowardly tactics to get away from Dolph Ziggler, who will be challenging him at Sunday for the Intercontinental title, which we've seen that match 1,000 times. It's the problem with the brand split. You see the same thing over and over again. With continuing with the tag team championship tournament that's been going on, American Alpha took on the Usos, and I didn't even see the match because I turned my back for 10 seconds, looked back, and American Alpha won. I don't even know what happened. It was that quick. They beat the Usos that quick, and which I can't say I'm not upset about because I haven't liked the Usos in like 4 years. I don't think anyone has, especially with this whole Roman Reigns crap, considering they're cousins. But which the Usos then beat up American Alpha after losing the match, turning them heel, which is what they should have done because the Usos have just been so boring and they haven't really been relevant to anything lately. So it's good. It's good. Glad to see that American Alpha advances. And on the other side, we had the Hype Bros fight Rhino and Heath Slater. Now, this whole thing with Heath Slater and Rhino, I don't want. I don't think it's right for Heath Slater and Rhino to be the first ever SmackDown Tag Team Champions because I just think it's stupid that you're going to not give the talent that is American Alpha the championships when you're going to cater to, which is a stupid storyline. And I say that lightly because I think it's hilarious the stuff they're doing with Heath Slater, but I mean, American Alpha needs to win the titles, but it'll be interesting. You got two good teams going against each other at the pay per view. It'll be interesting to see who wins, but my hope is American Alpha. I hope American Alpha dominates everything, and whenever they do a crossover, I would love to see American Alpha take on the New Day. I think that would be awesome as well over on Monday Night Raw. But Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. The only thing on SmackDown that I really care about, Bray Wyatt is just fantastic. I mean, the man is unbelievable. The promos that he cuts, just he is the only person in the WWE that like you believe the character that he portrays. He does it so well, so great, and how he is not, right there in the title mixture. The main title picture is just beyond me. I hope so much that he wins this match because a win over Randy Orton would do so much for his career. It would automatically boost him because what have we seen with Bray Wyatt? He goes after Cena and he goes after The Undertaker and he goes after Lesnar and he goes after all these big names. And don't even get me started on the crap with The Rock this past WrestleMania. And he talks about how he's the eater of worlds and the new face of fear, and he pretty much carries the feud with the great promos, and he loses. He looks like an idiot. Everyone beats him, puts on great matches, but he loses, and then no one cares. No one cares about him anymore. It's continuity, and the fans is someone that, I can very easily see people getting behind him if the WWE treats his character and his persona properly, which hopefully with the win over Randy Orton on Sunday we'll finally begin to see the rise of Bray Wyatt, just like how you see like what the win over John Cena with AJ Styles has done for him over the last couple weeks, how it has elevated him to that status. The same thing can happen with Bray Wyatt with Randy Orton, because Randy Orton's a 12-time champion. So a win over Randy Orton would be huge for Bray Wyatt. I'm excited about that match. And if Bray doesn't win, I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to do with him. I'm not going to be happy. Outside of that, not a whole lot went down on SmackDown that I can remember, outside of AJ Styles had a couple of backstage things. He pretty much is being like the heel, the huge main heel over on SmackDown, calling himself the new face that runs the place because he beat John Cena on SummerSlam. But good stuff from him. And his match with Dean Ambrose, that's another one. Like, the easy pick is to say, oh, well, AJ's going to go in and beat Dean Ambrose, which he probably should, because AJ Styles, like I've stated before, is the best wrestler possibly in the world, but definitely in the WWE. He is the best wrestler. I mean, he could make me look like $1 million, and I've never taken a bump in my life. So that's just how good he is. I'm excited. I don't know exactly how SmackDown is going to fill a 3-hour pay-per-view on Sunday because the roster is very thin. I think, as far as I know, only 5 matches are on the pay-per-view, so 5 matches in 3 hours, I don't know. Might be pretty boring, but am I going to watch? Of course. Are you going to watch if you love wrestling? Yes, you will. So we'll see how it goes, but that is your first SmackDown review. My next one, yeah, Backlash. Yeah, September 11th, Backlash. This coming Sunday, we will see how this unfolds with Wyatt and Orton and the tag team championships, the women's championships, and Styles and Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler with The Miz. So that will be pretty interesting to see. Okay, please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Catch you later.